All right. Happy fading Sunday, everybody. Hope we're having a good time. Nikitas asks, is it time for Prince Alexius to claim the Phoenix throne? Why don't you all sound off in the chat and let me know if now is the time, if the time is nigh. All right. So, but before we do that, some folks have been asking about the modding tools. That's why we're opening on this screen and not the actual game screen. So let's show some very basic modding tools, shall we? How many of you have ever modded? Hey, Brian! I was going to show modding this time. You are right. Thank you, Brian. Don Snow, great having you here. Hello. Nikita's voting for yes. I'm claiming it. Hey, Noop, good having you here. All right. So, I had talked about showing modding tools. Brian is absolutely correct. So let's take a look at modding tools. The modding tools are powerful and the basic ones are very simple. So this is the best way to get started right on into it. First of all, you can find the Emperor of the Fading Suns files. This is the basic path for most of you. This PC, local disk C, program files times 86, Steam apps, common, Emperor of the Fading Suns. I mean, this is usually where you're going to find your game apps for Steam. I know most of you have a lot more than I do. Most of my games I keep here and don't get rid of quickly are games from friends of mine. So these are all worth checking out, like Lightbreak and, of course, Killing Floor. Oh, my friends at Gloom. All these good stuff, well worth checking out. But in this case, we're looking at Emperor of the Fading Suns. And the easiest way to start modding, the mods go in the mod folder, by the way. The easiest way to start modding is to go into the DAT folder. That's right, data. Mod tools, that's right, Noop. So, the main, most powerful file here is the config settings. And don't worry, you won't break the game changing these, but please make a backup before you do. I'm pretty sure that I did my backup. That's not it. I did my backup. Well, I have a backup somewhere just in case. But again, we've been doing new uploads, new builds pretty much weekly as we get ready to launch this on Steam. So, you can always re-download it if you really do break something, but just make a backup of DAT before you start doing anything else. So once you made DAT backup, you can come in here and look at the EFS folder, and this is all the basics. Do you have the video on when you start the game? Sound, music, etc. Oh, I turned off sound on music. Why did I do that? I'm going to have to turn it back in options. I've already started EFS in the background, so the changes I make here aren't going to show in today's game. They'll be there in the future, however. So you'll have to do this while the game is off and then restart the game. Yes, there are some of my friends with game engines where you can actually make the changes on the fly and see them immediately. You're not going to do that with our old proprietary engine. All right. Some of the basics are like plague, food, etc. A lot of the folks like to change when the Third Republic gets declared, when prescribed texts, when texts are prescribed, debts, all this combat info, loyalty, rebellion info, etc. When you get excommunicated, how long it happens, all this kind of fun stuff. So you can do a game that's more focused on the church, less focused on the church. A lot of good options in here, and a lot of it is easily explained. This is a basic one. You need theurgy in order to use relics. Depends on the mod you're doing. In the base game, yes, you need to have theurgy in order to use those relics. You have to have that close connection with the Pancreator. All right, so that is the EFS. Make sure you save these after you do it. It's not an autosave going on here. So that's some of the basics. The area I think most people like playing with first is the unit.dat. Unit.dat. And you see all these units. And all the things you can do with units, changing all sorts of stuff about them. Are they an air unit? Act like a bulk hauler? Yes, turn your noble into a bulk hauler. Go for it. Lots of information about them and the specific units themselves. The easiest thing to do The very easiest thing to do is to actually just change their names, which is what most of you have seen I've done. This has been saved from week to week. So that we've changed the Partisans to the Portnows. We've kind of changed the Scout Tanks to the Tiger Lilies. And you can change them in one place and in another place. It depends how you want to do it. Again, I could change a Portnow unit from a foot unit. We could change it to a crawler, to a tread, to an air. Partisan as an air unit would be pretty deadly. Brian says it's time to crown myself emperor. Neat. The GUI on-off would be very useful in some scenarios I'm working on. Yes, it'd be good to have it as a part of a graphic user interface, but it is a very old engine, so we are very happy to have it in text files. CSVs for the win. So yeah, I could change my medium tanks to, what would be a good name for medium tanks or assault tanks? Give me a name tell me something I could change. It's not going to show up in this game, but it'll show up in the next one. So let me know. And something I'd like to do is make noble units with names of the actual person. Now, right now, you'd have to change all the noble names. But yeah, that's something we're looking at. How do you personalize individual units? That tool isn't set up right now. But for instance, I could change the Vau Guard to the Noop if I wanted to. And next time when we encountered a Vau Guard unit, it would be... Let's change it over here. Vau Guard would be showing up as a... Noop. And then I would have to, of course, file, save. And next time, the Vau Guard will show up as a Noop. Now, for modders, here's one that they really like changing around. That's the ruin.dat. Again, we're in the dat folder. I just clicked my calculator. Sorry about that. So ruin.dat. The big one, there's lots of stuff going on there. Not as big as unit.dat, but it's big. So in ruin.dat, you can change the things you encounter in the ruins. Let's say you want the ruins to all be guarded by symbiots. Change it for that, or just all be guarded by Vau, or all be guarded by inquisitors, or all be guarded by dervishes and warlocks. You can make that change. Change the medium tank to a panther. All right. Brian has asked for the medium tank to become a panther, so let's go back to unit. Let's go find that medium tank from the Wolfen to the Panther. Note that it's Panther, not Panzer. Not going to have Panzer units in here. We'll have Panther. All right, so let's save that. Again, won't show up today, but it'll show up in the next game. All right, so back to Ruin. So not only can you change the kind of encounters you can have in here, you can also change what shows up when you do the relics. So maybe all you want them to turn over is resources. Maybe you want them to be more relics. Maybe you want there to be greater chance of space units. Maybe you only want there to be ground units, so you can't get space units that way. So all of those things come into play here and impact what sort of units you encounter and what sort of prizes you get from the relics, from the ruins as well. So a great way to modify your game is right here, right in this ruin.dat folder. And you can see other info, unit kind numbers. So you'd want to cross-reference with the unit.dat that we showed to get what the unit numbers are. 57 PTS launcher, 58 Tiger Lily, 59 our Panther. And that'll give you the information about the kind. See, 45, 46, 48. And you can just cross-reference to see what those are in unit.dat. Warlocks, yay, dervishes, 46, 48, warlocks and dervishes, all kinds of fun. So again, I mean, this is just in a text editor that you can do this kind of powerful changes to the game. All right, yes, I know a lot of you would like the laser cannons to be NNONs and not NONs. I think that's there for space reasons. But maybe we fixed that. Maybe we fixed that. I don't remember. We'll have to double check. We had it as canon, C-A-N-O-N, A as a joke, and B for space reasons. But we might have fixed that space issue now that I'm thinking about it. So I'll take a look at that. All right. So again, always remember to save these. And when you're ready to play, close on out. That's the very basic. I'm not going to do map editor. Map editor is its own video. If I got into that map editor, I'd be playing around with it for even longer than I play the game because it's just so much fun. Will Wright has a great saying about how the Sim City came into being. He did a game, Raid on Bungling Bay, that I used to love playing on the Commodore 64. But Will always says he had more fun playing with the map editor than with the game itself, and it was a really fun game. But he had more fun with the map editor, and that's how SimCity came into being. All right, so why don't we jump straight into the game, where I don't remember where we happen to be. So, let us get into the game itself. All right. Here we go. AD 5026. Brian has been pushing. I'm glad that was helpful. Good to know, Don. Brian has been and Nikitas are both suggesting we should claim the throne right now. So let's take a look at how bad the threat is out there before we make any such rash decision. All right. Still a lot in taxes coming in. A lot of good things. Still plague on Ravenna. That's a problem. Vau are still unhappy with me. We did that Regency vote. 25 votes. It looks like that they like us. They really, really like us. And healing bonus of 25 on Aragon. It's all sorts of good things. And, of course, that plague. And I sent myself a note saying appoint Byzantium Secundus offices. There are symbiotes over Criticorum. That was important. And the Vau are threatening me. That might be reasons not to yet declare for the throne, though we might need to unite humanity against them. All right, so here's Byzantium Secundus. I got a wonderful bunch of transports over there. Let's keep looking around before we do actions, because really I don't remember what I did last week. It was amazing. It was a very busy week. All right, so Kish, there's nothing over Kish, no threats that we know of, so I might as well keep our starbase just sitting there. Criticorum, that's where the threat is. And the Vau jumped over to, the Vau jumped to Shaproot along with my fleet. So, I've got this nice combat fleet here. But we know that's a bigger stack than we're seeing right now. We believe that's a stack of 20 symbiote ships. So frankly, we're going to get the heck away from Criticorum right now. Anything we have over Criticorum right now is at risk. All right, what was I doing with this officer? Oh, I need to put that officer on the carrier. One of the things you can do is put an officer or a noble on a carrier, and they can impact your fleet battles. You can also do relics there. Again, if that carrier dies in combat, those people don't survive. So it's a risky thing to do. That symbiote fleet over Byzantium Secundus. Now it moved to Criticorum. So, yeah. That ain't good. Don Snoth says, yeah, I've been working on a map, but I'm having quite a bit of fun with the editor. Yeah, map editor is a lot of fun. So any of you try it, look forward to hearing what you do. Yeah, what are you trying to do with Don? Feel free to talk in text about what in chat about what you're trying to do with the map editor, other than learn it. All right, so what was I doing with this officer and this engineer? Surely I was taking them somewhere interesting. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm getting these ships the heck out of Dodge. They're going to join my fleet that is gathering over Shaproot, because they're going to Stigmata, where I expected to be fighting symbiotes. Not over Criticorum. Or should I bring this fleet back to fight? No, that's not enough to battle 20 symbiotes. So yeah, let's get my Criticorum fleet the heck out of here. So we're moving all of these. I'm going to land that fighter, because it's got no hope against all of those. I'm going to land it land at my starport here under the shield, where it can't be hit by if the symbiotes decide to bombard Criticorum. Let's leave it there. I don't remember what I was doing with this officer and this engineer. I want to take him along and put him on that carrier over there. I'm not sure if that was actually my plan. What was I doing with these two? So I have to come back to them. All right, there's my lovely fleet right now. That is a good fleet, but I don't have a lander in it. I can't pick up all my Stigmata stuff if I don't have a lander in this fleet. Maybe I got a lander coming in. Let's see. All right, I got scout fighters over Ravenna. They're not seeing anything. They'll just sit there. Got all my scouts over Tethys. They're not seeing anything. There are all my landers over Aragon. I don't have a quick route with them to Stigmata that doesn't go through where the symbiotes are blockading. I guess I could take my freighters from Byzantium Secundus. Maybe I do need to take this with me. All right, gonna have to come back on around. Come back on around. Ah, this fleet. I'm gonna do some more bombarding and killing Hazat. But this group needs to join up with my main fleet in order to fight those symbiotes. Oh. He survived an attack from my cruiser. Let's try the other cruiser. That did it. All right. 2 cruiser shots and that Hazat freighter was down. All right. So we're bringing these folks in to do some bombarding. And then we're going to move that fleet. Let's see. Don talking about the map editor says, I've got a little project going with benefit from modding, but I'm going to see what I can do with the editor first. Brian says, you get the 3 relics off of Stigmata before the crusade ends. That's right. That's what we're trying to do with that whole fleet to break through the symbiote bombardment. Thanks for reminding me, Brian. Don says, the idea of the map editing is to create a scenario focused on exploration with a small force. And you bet I'll be sharing when it's finished. Very good. Glad to hear that. All right. So remember this was oh my gosh, that's all AA. I was going to say, if you remember, there was a Hazat strong point, but there really isn't. We can just bust through this pretty easily. This is Alexius still leading this attack. I'm going to have to get Alexius into other battles. It's kind of a waste of his abilities down here. Oh my gosh, yeah, with that dervish force running around, complete waste of his abilities. Let's see. I might need to bombard that with my dreadnoughts before they fly off. That's like a strong point that I need to bombard. Oh yeah, all those officers are going to be a pain. Let's see. That factory is a major strong point. That mine is pretty deadly as well. Air supported by AA is always dangerous. Oh yeah, and he's got those battleships. Wow, the last parts of this planet are going to be a pain. Wow, really built up that area. Look at the labs. That is one juicy island. I should have kept my Hazat book nearby so we could see what the name of that island was. I do not remember, even though I wrote it. So, I definitely want to bombard this fusorium because I don't want my dreadnoughts dying to artillery. So let's grab a couple. Let's do all 3 dreadnoughts shooting there really quickly. See what happens. Didn't take out any of the artillery. Let's do that again. That's better. But now they got to jump because I want to have them involved in my attempt to break through. Let's take them to Byzantium Secundus. Got to clear up some space over here. Where was I going with these transports? They probably weren't going to Aragon. I mean, I've done my stuff on Aragon. Was I planning to take Lemminkainen? Maybe? Let's take them to Aragon. I bet they came from Aragon. I'm just forgetting what I had planned. Oh, we'll take him. We'll take him to Aragon. Aragon can use more support. Oops. Over here, we still have these 2 cruisers that need to shoot. There's got this one hard point here, and then we can transfer all these forces on my southern flank to the north. We do want to jump these cruisers. And, yeah, you guys were looking for energy on League. Before we do that... Oh, we should have killed this freighter before we took all my dreadnoughts away. Shoot. Oh, well. Let's take a couple of these assault landers along with this fleet. All right, Leagueheim. Do I remember which agoras had energy? I don't. Energy agora. Probably that one, since there's nothing in it right now, and I certainly bought out the energy before. I think we fully explored Leagueheim cities. And we're just trying to buy a lot of energy. We still have plenty of energy, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. Those assault landers will just sit in orbit, I think, and get ready to... When they run out of energy, I'll come back and get some more. All right, those are the... those are the relics I'm looking to get. Here we've got a fighter on Kish, will just stay down there. We got a... Oh, yeah, that's right. We had symbiotes here that I was trying to find on Criticorum. Wait a minute. There's symbiotes in space over Criticorum. We need to get you all to safety. We need to get all of these folks under those shields. And that's going to be a problem. If they're infantry, they're going to survive orbital bombardment. But like my little tiger lily here running around, that's going to be in trouble. So, okay, let's just keep you moving because you're really out there to scout for symbiotes. So put you in the mountains, you'll be all right. Oh my. We've got to get all these spaceships either out of here or under shields. Let's shoot you all up and drop you into the spaceport, shall we? Starport. Now, I should have had you go with them. Oh well. You're not going to get a chance to be part of that attack. Heck. Alright. Just in case I need you on the ruins. All those fighters can come help when the time is right. You were building... I might build another factory because I need PTS guns to fight off the... symbiotes from above. All right, I'm going to start using this, my factories. Let's build a laser cannon because I can turn it into a meson cannon. Laser cannons by themselves aren't amazing, but ooh, those meson cannons are pretty cool. I have no idea what I was doing with that engineer. I got a starport, I got a church. So I'll come back to it. All of these units. All right, so we're building toward the ruins. Get these engineers building that road like Mr. Bull. To dig up the road. And actually, I was probably building a mine somewhere here. How's the trace in this area? Got those 20s along the bottom, but there's not a lot of metal when we do that. We need more trace. We're starting to eat up our trace, aren't we? Harvesting 390, consuming 504. Holy cow. Yeah, time to be creating. Yeah, we got to go exploit that trace, don't we? So where's our best place for trace? All right, all that 20 near that trace. And probably that 22. Oh, there's a 24 further down. Click over here and take a look. Don't you love this new tool? Don't have it yet. We'll put it in the version when it launches on Steam and on Go. Oh, hey, there's some 21 trace below there. Yeah. 22 trace. Pretty good. Yep, we're going to build right under there, I think. So let's get that other engineer going. Building those roads. Fun to have double engineers on the roads because they can move pretty quickly when that's the case. See, all the way there. A lot faster than one engineer on their own. All right, so building a nice force in there. Should have an officer with this force. Not the tracker. That's what I use to exploit. All right. Don't have an officer with this group. That's unfortunate. What are my 3 relics? Stack accuracy. Stack strength. Have you like this pop-up information? The mouse over information now? Can prevents plague in stack. Those are all really good for a ruin. Let's add some air units here, and we should have a good ruin exploration stack. So where are those air units? There they are. Bring in 4 air units. Fighter and some morph dive bombers. That's pretty good stuff. Bring them on in. Get our stack of 20. Them all. Waltz on into the ruins. All right. Want to see an excellent ruin exploration? Oh, hey, a Blade Master. Ah, that was a pretty good stack. Noble and Blade Master. There's some minor house here that we've just wiped out of existence. Oh, well. And now our little tracker can go exploit. Found the ancient knowledge of Violator Assault Cannon. Very cool. Well, that's helpful. And now we really need to get all this stuff under those shields before we start getting bombarded. Because symbiotes can be a problem. So, we're going to split up this stack now that it's done its job. Those air units will land in the palace in the next turn. I'm going to move these holy relics on their own to the starport. We want to get them the heck off to another planet. Oh, forgot this one. Let's get my dervishes moving on their own. Well, the dervishes are all right. They don't have to worry as much. Again, foot units. But still, it'll be good to get into another planet. I think we've cleared this planet pretty well. Probably still had some exploration to do. Everything that moves at 4, let's move together. Still got 4 movement together. Get them going. All of you've got 2 movement. Get them going. Splitting up the stack. Let's get my tracker heading down here to see what's down there. Same with this tracker. Engineer to there. Don't know what I was doing with this engineer. Probably. Oh yeah, nobody's harvesting that metal over there. Heck yeah. We got some good places over there for both metal and trace. Isn't that cool to check that out? I think we're going to head to there. To get some more trace coming. You are going to engage in that fight, but right now I want you heading into a safe place. What in the heck? You were probably building a road. I'm not sure what I got up there. I was looking, oh, energy up here. Holy cow, how am I not using that energy? We need that energy. Look at that, a 35 energy point. Yep, we know where you're going. Building that road. All right, on Pentateuch, you were heading somewhere, so you'll keep heading there. Probably back to the palace. Yep, all my reaction force to the palace in case there's another rebellion. Factory, you're sitting in there getting repaired. You're going to the palace. You can rest in the palace. Yep, big reaction force in the palace. Port now's in the palace. Look at that. Every palace needs a port now. On Ravenna, moving troops. That's right. We know what we're doing with these troops. What? You can't board that? What's going on? Why are you two not able to board? Not enough movement to get into that space. Apparently that area is not the easiest thing to get into. Now, unload and come back. Maybe we can move you on in. Nope. All right, so we'll just have to pick it up next turn. Bunch of stuff there, getting ready to go into that ruin, but not yet. Let's build up a little bit more mixed units in there. Moving that spy to keep an eye on that transport. Wait a minute, you gunship, you can't keep moving. You got to get back to to the farm. You got to land and get maintenance done on you. We'll go explore up there again next turn. Okay. So, I do remember we've got that fort over there where there are rebel dervishes. Need to bring them to the light. Bring this nice size force on over. Yeah, I know a lot of you like this new movement tool that wasn't in the old version, but you'll get it in the new one. Getting these units are moving. Get my own dervish out there to check on what's going on with their dervish. And an officer. You all are just sitting there waiting for more units to come in to explore that alien ruins. All right, now we're back to the battle on Aragon. What you've all been waiting for. Now, do I have anyone? I got no extra forces there. I got no extra forces there. I do have that small force there. I do have all of these folk here. I've got that fusorium I want to attack. So, I'm going to split that force up. That's not much of an issue. What do I have? I've got some artillery here. I'm going to bring these units on over. That in itself is probably enough to take out the electronics. But I'm not letting Alexius attack without a squad of dervishes around him. So, let's move all these units in. Oh, what did we spot? In the other cities, I spotted them. All right, so in here now, we've got this nice force. Should walk right through that electronics. Couldn't put air against that, but what I brought should probably just walk right through it. Mega tank got the paint scratched again. That's why I have the mega tank in front. That's its job. Get the paint scratched. Unit spotted. All right, so fusorium, yeah, that'll be easy. Chemicals, that'll be easy. Chemicals, that'll be easy. Let's start with the fusorium. Drop the units that don't have any movement anymore. Walk in with the rest. No, my little militia is in trouble. It's mainly there to soak up damage. You'd rather go to Alexius. But still, not good. Because now we don't have that to soak up damage there. But hey, let's keep going. Everyone who's got movement left, let's go after the chemical factory. Yeah, you see the artillery did some damage to my dervishes that time. Why we had that militia there to soak it up. Oh, do we have anyone who can exploit? Yes. Alexius himself and his main dervish bodyguard. So, those who still have movement, let's move you forward. I'm going to move the dervish to capture that AA. He's now out of movement. Oh, we only have these two with movement anymore. Alexius with a mega tank could probably take this stack, but let's not risk it. He is Alexius after all. I bet you he could take it. Oh, I'm so tempted. All right, we'll come back around. I'll come to my senses. I will not attack with Alexius and one mega tank against the chemical factory. But boy, is it tempting. What do you all vote for in the chat? Should I send Alexius himself riding a tank to take a chemical factory guarded by militia? There's that artillery. We don't want a rogue artillery shell to overcome Alexius's energy shield. We'll come back on around. All right. So let's see if we think this group can take the fusorium. Uh-oh, nope. There's more stuff in it than we thought. All that artillery, that's the problem. Artillery can take out dervishes. If I had my own artillery, I would do it. Blast. Blast, blast, blast. We'll come back to here too. See if I do something stupid again. You all have seen me do stupid things. I need that artillery over there. Wait, I have things that can move stuff around, don't I? Yes, I do indeed have assault landers overhead, so I don't have to just live with it. All right, let's see what we decide to do. Okay, so we were trying to go after this chemical plant. I really need artillery for this attack because there's so much infantry in it. So do I have artillery lined up? I've got Assault Legion, AA, a couple of assault tanks. There we go. I've got the stuff for it. You're right. You're right. Time to do it. All right, so you'll walk over here. You guys will drive over here. That's getting there. Does he have any air units left in there? He's got no air in it. Let's get that AA out of here. I need that AA up here. Because that's where all his air units are, up near that factory complex. Oops. We'll stop him there. We'll see. All right, we had an anti-tank gun here. Whoops. What did I do? Not sure what I just did. Anyway. We got a good attack force. And you know I like putting militia in all my stuff, especially with discounted unit costs. It would help if I had a unit in the palace. All right, so that's a pretty good force here. Be nice if I had an officer. Am I building an officer here? Yep. They're still a few turns away. He's got those officers. That's the problem. His officers make this a difficult fight. We got a lot of artillery now. We might lose some stuff, but this is a good fight. So let's see what happens. I would like to free up this southern attack force to move to the north. So let's do it. Probably should have assaulted. Now he's got 3 artillery. His officer bonuses are making a difference. That's why I'm taking as much damage as I am. Ooh. Couldn't have had my, well, took out my mobile AA unit. That was a mistake. And an artillery. I expected to lose an artillery. I didn't expect to lose that self-propelled air unit. But hey, the chemical plant is now ours. Put a militia unit in it. Got a lot of stuff around here that needs a militia unit. How many chemicals did we take? 24. Mainly just wanted to get that thing out of there. It was a threat if we didn't handle it correctly. I'm going to put this tracker in this lab just as a unit spotted. Really? What'd I just spot? Oh, the Agora stuff.
Unit spotted.
And we'll have him sit there and keep an eye on that Agora, shall we? Build a militia in the hospital. And start taking more of this air. Join the attack on the mine. When we unleash it. Alright, so there's a good-sized force here. But that factory is obnoxious. We have our AA. We don't have our AA. That's why. First of all, let's get this electronics out of here, which is filling space we don't need it filling up. Should we go after that factory? We could. We could start with the northern factory. It's not a bad idea. Oh, there's all my... That's right. I've got the air units to shoot down his air units. All right. And the officer. Okay. So this factory has some good AA and a lot of air on its own. So the units I will not use on that attack are my strategic bomber, my scout tank, and my gunships. So let's move them all up into here to get out of the way of the units I'm going to move in. I am going to use... Is that enough? Too many units in destination. Drop out my damaged fighters. There we go. That's the group to take this factory, because it's got all that air, but it's anti-ground air. It's not anti-air air, except for that one atmosphere fighter. So now I've got him. I mean, his AA, he does have some good AA, which will tear up some of my fighters, but I've got enough for it. So we're going to bust through that factory finally. Officer leading the way. The officer will make a big difference. I can probably drop the port now unit. Yeah, let's drop the port now unit. I don't want to lose my port now. What else did we have? Bringing this other fighter unit in. We can make sure we tear up his air. All right, here we go. Tear up the air. A lot of air battle going on here. There we go. Now we should see my folks tearing his... Whoa, he's... Those strategic bombers, I haven't gotten through to them yet. Look at how his strategic bombers have taken almost no damage. That's what I brought my fighters for. There we go. Now we're hitting them. That's better. We lost a tank. Our fighters took a lot of damage, but we won. Man, that was a heck of a fight. Our officer took damage. Move everybody into this factory, including that fighter, so it can heal faster. What are we building here? Currently producing a dervish. That'll be handy. You're not building anything. Let's get militia in here, please. Oh, man. Oh, wait, they're new messages. Why the heck is my message scroll not working? That is so annoying. Wow, I missed a lot of messages. Scroll is not working for some reason. All right. Sorry about that. Don, that is this kind of way. I have no idea what it was in reference to now. Sorry about that. They're going to Aragon to help on the new island. Thank you. Now we know what that officer and engineer were doing. Nikitas, new resource tool is great. Thank you, Nikitas. I'll save a lot of time with engineers. I always like to pop over Daishan to mine all the juicy trace. Just ignore the vow. Brian, the tooltips are great. Much anticipated feature. Nikitas, that limit engagement issue I just mentioned in Discord was indeed an attack sub. That was a naval unit. Yep, gotta watch out for those hidden attack subs in the factories. No sub is special. Gotta get fixed. Yes. Excellent. Sorry for missing all those chats. Don't know why I wasn't scrolling. All right. So, that factory really... Well, I got a lot of AA units. I don't want to take my damaged atmosphere fighters into a duel with his air duel with his damaged atmosphere fighters, but we might. We got some good AA in there. What's he got in here? Oh yeah, that's the battleship. That's the one I'm really worried about. 2 battleships. And did I show you how dangerous battleships are? 590 indirect. It's that armor, that 148 armor. And they are a pain. I really want the strat. I've got my air for that attack. Oh, I'd forgotten. Air against naval is awesome. I mean, yes, they've got some anti-air. 440 is not bad. But that is exactly why you want air units. All right, let's see if we can do this right. And again, it's about moving around for the right mix of units for each attack. So in here, we moved this is exactly what I want in that attack on the bombers and here. But the trouble is he's got these 2 fighters that are going to tear up my air units. So what I need to bring is all this AA, obviously artillery, dervishes, always got to bring dervishes. My self-propelled AA, my atmosphere fighters that aren't too badly torn up. Oh, and I hate not bringing my officer. I'm going to lose the officer. Nah, maybe not. Let's try the officer. All right, they're telling me to drop the officer. Who else should I drop? Probably this fighter. There we go. I want to drop the port now and the Tiger Lily, so I should have moved them out of here and the chemicals as well. Oh well. Yeah, let's move the chemicals out of here. That way we can bring the officer into this engagement. And again, I might be making a big mistake bringing the officer in, but we'll find out. All right, drop in the, what did I say? Drop the Tiger Lily, drop the port now, bring the rest. All right, here we go. Yeah, those are only destroyers, so they're not nearly as big a threat. My air took care of his air. Ooh, where does gunship go? Can't capture that. Oh, well. Oh, well. It's over water where my land units can't capture it. Maybe a gunship can. Who knows? Okay, let's move all of you that can move into the factory. See if my gunship can capture his gunship. Ah, no, has to attack. Yeah, my air units just can't capture his air units. I want to see something. I'm going to send the atmosphere fighter to gun it down. Assault! Oh, did more damage to me than I expected. I should not have assaulted with it. Oh, well. All right, so what did I say I had in here? Battleships. This is where I need that air. So did I bring all my bombers? Well, let's get that atmosphere fighter out. It took too much damage. What do I have in here? This will be interesting. I don't think I've ever fought that many battleships. The house with the canonically fewest dervishes have moved more, has more of them than the house that should have the most. Yes, the Hazat dervishes in the authentic, in the official history, that is the thing. The Hazat in... So, you might notice that the EFS the Fading Suns universe reflects a lot from the EFS on purpose. In the game, the EFS game that leads to the canonical Fading Suns, each house built different things. The Hazat focused on an infantry tech tree and had marauders and dervishes and all kinds of stuff. You can guess what the Nakados focused on. Chemical warfare. No, chemical warfare. House Hawkwood built up great armor. Al-Malik spent a lot of money on their air and space. The Li Halan spent a lot of money on the social engineering side of things. So yeah, you can figure out from this game how the Emperor of the Fading Suns universe ended up. All right. Now the attack on the battleships. I've used up a lot of good units and everybody's wounded and tired. My officer's not leading this charge, unfortunately. Again, I don't think I want to bring my port now unit in. But everybody else... So you see, the battleships, great indirect, right? And of course, water. Indirect is what I need in order to take them. I wish I had a submarine with me. Oh, well. All right, I don't want to risk my port now. I don't want to risk the self-propelled air, since there's none of his air in it. Don't want to risk that Tiger Lily. Gonna be an interesting fight. I'm really hoping my air units win the day. So let's find out. Here we go. Wow, he is pounding me right off the bat. Look at that. Yeah, that's not working. That was not a good attack to have made. What the heck? Holy cow, I didn't even win. Wow. Crazy. All right. I should have brought that. No, I should have done the attack from here and used that armor. All right. So first of all, Armor Legion, back to the fort to heal. You'll heal faster in the fort. Are you down like 1%? 1%. Wow. That is some tore up armor. All of you guys are in factories to heal. Yep. Wow, we did not take the battleships. The battleships, I didn't even scratch those battleships. Remember I talked about wanting to bring that southern force up? I'm bringing that southern force up. We haven't even done that mine yet. Brutal resistance from the Hazat. Yep, that was, that is fascinating. So, I mean, if you look back to the Russian Revolution, 1917, there's the famous story of the battleship Potemkin. And the sailors revolting, refusing to serve the Tsar anymore. And that became a major rallying point for the revolution. It really feels that that's what... Oh, look at that energy! Holy cow! That's where I need that engineer. Look at that! How much energy I'm going to get when I go there? Oh, yeah! And you notice that you can put the energy rigs out in the water. You just need to have the engineer on a transport to do it. Yeah. All right, anyway, so we're going to let these folks all rest. We've Wow, that gunship is at 1% too, isn't it? 3%. Youch. Yeah, brutal resistance from the Hazat, Nikitas. You're absolutely right. If only I had a submarine with me right now. I'm tempted to build a sub, but that's going to take too long. I might build one anyway. Sure, let's build a sub. What the hey? Submarine. Yeah, look at that water attack. Awful accuracy, but boy, when it hits. What do I want in this factory? When in doubt, build a tank. Yeah, this top part is holding on. Come back to all of you later. Oh, hi, 2 more fighters in there. Whoops. They're keeping an eye on that mine, clearly.
Unit spotted.
Oh, that mine's a dangerous place. I took away my bombarding dreadnoughts. All these units I should have had in the earlier attacks. Oh, well. You're sitting in there just hanging out. You're coming up for that. Need that artillery for the shoot at the battleships. Tracker, keeping an eye still over there. Make sure no planes come in on me. All right, over Aragon, we have these. Oh, shoot. I had you waiting to come down. No, wait, you're not over Aragon. Yeah, you're the force over Byzantium. Yeah, we still need units fighting on Aragon, so let's get you on down. Okay. We know we want some of these assault landers going along to Stigmata. The rest of you folks over Byzantium Secundus will stay there. So, right, thank you very much. These folks are going to Aragon. Or exploit the well and help out. Okay, this force is going to sit here for now. I'm trying to build up a big Stigmata attack force. Don't know if I can go through Criticorum now. There are those assault landers over Aragon. We'll leave them here for now. We could use them to bring more forces around, but do it later. You're over Liegheim. All right. So, let's get you into the palace. Be safe from any bombardment from the symbiotes. If the symbiotes bombard, we don't know yet if they will. Still don't know what I was doing with this engineer. Got a starport. We got a church. We got the shield. We got the palace. Maybe that other factory is what we wanted it to build. Wait. Yep. We're building all kinds of good stuff around here. Should definitely build a militia in here. What do we got? What are we doing with this engineer? Come back to him. This whole force. All right. You are going to sit here. Oh, that's that's right. Send Alexius by himself and riding a mega tank into combat. Maybe the legends will say that, but we shan't do that in this game. Yeah, same up here. We're not going crazy with the attack on the Fusorium. Though, this is where I could use my assault landers to pick up that Strat bomber and bring it over. Nah, that's not enough. Do it for next turn. You all will sit there and maybe we can get the farm this turn. Should we go by the farm? There's no artillery. This group could walk on in. All right, let's go look.
Unit spotted.
Still not seeing artillery, though that anti-tank guns. I mean, that's a threat to my mega tank. My mega tank is going to get a little more than scratched in this fight, but it could survive. Let's find out. I mean, that tank and those two anti-tank guns. Yeah. We not a problem. Not a problem. Whoa! Mastiff did take some damage, no denying. Let's move on in the farm and hang out. We did abandon this farm, unfortunately, so I'm hoping that the Hazat in that Fusorium feel too intimidated to move out and grab that farm back, but they might. And if they do, even better. They split their forces, and that's what we want them to do. In fact, the AI is kind of encouraged not to split its forces. I mean, it could send one unit out there and grab that quickly, but when it builds these choke points, these hard points, it usually won't split them up unless it sees some easy victories. All right. Well, we took out all the air that was our problem. No, that mine, the air at the mine, that's still the problem. All right, let's use a couple of these guys. Land. Where was that? In the fort? Is that in the fort? Yep, thought so. Put them on. Let's back up. Land. You are all coming for the attack on that mine. Load them in the Fusorium. All right. Moving you up for that attack on the mine. Have all of you go to there for now. You guys didn't take much damage. You go straight to the Fusorium. The rest will heal in the fort for this turn. Still don't remember what I was doing with this one. Oh. That would look like it. That would look like it. We don't need metal. We're building so much metal. We do need the trace. So we'll build it right there. Hey, go back. Is that Ravenna? Oh, we'll come to it next turn. Take care of it. All right. All of you that have 3 movement, we still want you healing. Yeah, let's pick you up with Assault Landers too. I don't know if so we're taking 4 units there. Yeah. 2 Assault Landers and 4 artillery from the starport. Those can fit. You all land in the starport. You pick up the artillery and the anti-tank gun. Nope, just the artillery. Well, you got 1 artillery with 2 damage. Take you. Take you. Take you. Take you. Pick them up. Bring them back down into the Fusorium. Good assault force building up for that mine. You will move along on foot, because you still have a lot of healing to do. No, we are not done. Is it Tethys? Let me think for a second. Nope, it was not Tethys. Oh, well. All right, well, let's do a little bit of building. We certainly have the wealth to build some things. And the need. Hey! League fleet, or church fleet over Delphi, making a visit. See, no prescribed texts here. No prescribed technology here. All right, so let's do a little bit of building. Criticorum, obviously. We need to get some, we got the PTS guns in the factory there. Do we have another factory anywhere to build PTS guns? Does not look like it. So we probably need to build that factory that we should have done with that other one. Should we build Trace? If we've already moved them there, let's go ahead and build the mine. Aragon are building all kinds of good stuff. Not too worried about what we got happening here. Maybe we should build another dive bomber, turn into a morph dive bomber. All right, sure. Maybe another strategic bomber. Use up a lot of electricity, but hey, electronics, I mean, not electricity. Build a militia here. You know, I'm tempted to build another cruiser here, if I have the tech for cruiser. Yep. In order to do more bombarding, so let's do that. Yeah, we'll build another cruiser. All right, yay, starports. Okay. You should be building stuff. Yep, you're building it. Again, you folks start moving through. Take this, and then we'll go up to that northern island, whose name I can't remember. We probably need a little more artillery, you know. Let's build a little more artillery here along the front lines. And maybe another militia legion to protect Alexius. Never a bad idea. And more ways to protect Alexius. All right. Good stuff. I'm not going to... let's go to the Byzantium 2 screen. Because actually I need to talk about a bug in this version of the game that will not be in the final version. As you see, the al-Malik have 2. I'm not going to declare Emperor yet. I think I need to go deal with the symbiotes before I do that. But I've got a bug where it's not letting me change. This is based on an earlier bug that's caught up in this game, will not be in the later game. So when I try and change it, when I try and change anything, it tells me I promised that office already. So I can't change it. Which is making the al-Malik a real threat to me because they've got the Imperial Fleet and the Stigmatic Garrison. So, not allowed to make any changes. Yep, because I couldn't make any changes anyway. So yeah, that's a bug that will not be in the final version of it, but is a remnant in this game. Because this game, part of why I'm doing this live stream, is to test out this old save of the game with new versions of the game. And that old bug is locked in, but the old save still works with it. So if you're playing on an old version, you want to buy a new version of the game, your old saves will work. I recommend starting a new game so these old bugs don't stick around with you. Okay. So we know that we're using up a lot of energy. That's right. I want to go buy some energy and maybe some trace while I'm at it. What do we have in this Agora? Trade. Energy is not showing back up, but hey, there's a lot of trace, so let's buy it. Let's see if the Merchant League has restocked Delphi. I doubt it has. Yep, no energy there. I hope that symbiote fleet isn't killing merchants. It probably is. That would be a problem. And it's probably going on. Oh yeah. Probably building a pit bull. I was going to build more plant-to-space weapons here. Just in case we have another visit from the symbiotes. The Agora, that's one here. Yep, none of the energy's been restocked. I bet that they're getting... I bet the Merchant Lee's getting taken. All right, I'm going to end turn and see what happens, then we'll call it a day. That's been a good... Kish and Delphi for energy. Thank you, Brian. Good call, good call. All right. Let's end turn, and then we'll write myself a note. Let's see where those symbiotes go. That is the big thing.
House Hawkwood.
All right, got some research going on. Oh, we're researching everything. Other than Pestulator, Alexius is staying away from the chemical warfare. Peregrine anti-air would be nice. Research of symbiote psychology. That will be helpful. That will definitely be helpful. Monofilament, sure. Let's get some blade mesters going. Space torpedo bomber. Hoorah. Nice on Kish. Let's get another dreadnought underbuild, shall we? Starbase on Kish, yeah. Kish is going to be nicely protected from our symbiote foes. We might need to start buying some electronics. We are using up a lot. I'll skip. I'll build nothing for now and come back here. I always say that and often forget. Okay, Criticorum Engineer. Let's build another engineer in Criticorum. They can walk around freely. Militia, build none. Of course, the symbiotes can bombard cities into dust from orbit. That was the militia to help keep Alexius alive. So let's build another one. That one was just to keep an eye on things. I think that's enough units there. There'll be a help as we take that island. Yep, building a lot of those scout militia. All right, now we need an AA. Anti-aircraft gun. Militia Legion on Aragon in the palace. Always good to have that in the palace. Let's put an artillery in the palace too. Every palace should have artillery. A lot of scout militia showing up. Hey, scout militia. That's a lot of scout militia. Heavy tank killer. Oh, that's so sweet. Let's try another gunship. Hey, there was a gunship. Go for strategic bomber. Ravenna, another rebellion. A lot of metal that they took when they rebelled. Way up in the northwest of Ravenna. All right, remember, rebellion northwest of Ravenna. Rebellion northwest of Ravenna. Rebellion northwest of Ravenna. Uh-oh. Where did that come from? Over Aragon. No. I'm going to lose an assault. Shoot. That was expensive. He saw it. Where was he hiding? That's annoying. Oh. A war pact on Usar of House Malik. Not yet. But al-Malik might be getting too big for their britches, Celestra. Why, thank you, Hiram. And we did not get attacked over... We did not get bombarded on Criticorum. All right. Let's see what's happening in Ravenna before we go anywhere else, shall we? Way up here. Ooh. Next to the alien ruins. If they activate that alien ruins, that could be big trouble. All right, let's get the metal out of here. Let's build another militia just in case. They're upset with me for not having cured the plague on this planet. I bet that's what it is. Down here, let's start building some artillery. Uh-oh, we got a factory. Let's at least start with a militia in here, and then we can bring other stuff in. Sure. Nah, let's go ahead and let's take a risk. Let's build the gunship up here. Farm down here. Let's get an anti-tank gun. Factory already done. Mine. What else is over here? Okay, so this is way over here. Oh, so don't we have a reaction force over here? Nope. Obviously, rebellion against my not having cured the plague on this planet. So we've got a nice force over here, but no quick way to bring them over. No, they all died from the plague. That's right. Our nice Ravenna force is dead. Ruh-roh. That's not good. All right, so these factories. Oh, we got plague in the factories. That's not good. Is the church plagued? Oh, no. That plague is spreading on Ravenna. I think I'm the one who spread it too. You're not plagued yet. So let's see what happens if I build stuff here. And whatever city was here died off from the plague, because that's what the Exotica was sitting in. Ah, so I do have a force on Ravenna still. It's all down here. I got to pick that all the way on the opposite side. Got to take it from here to there. Opposite side of the world. That's hilarious. All right. That's the first thing we know we got to write about. Plague. I thank you, Brian. Always a good thing for a lazy Sunday. Nikita says, just a thing. Thanks for streaming. Good stuff, but I was not expecting a rebellion on Ravenna. All right, so let's see. Do we see anything over Criticorum? All right. We landed this fighter just so it could scout. So let's see what happens. Launch it up in Criticorum. The fleet is still there. The symbiotes are still over there. Now, they might have split their fleet. I might just be seeing some of it. But, so Symbiote over Criticorum. Plague and Rebellion on Ravenna. Church fleet over Leekheim. Oh, that's right. He had a fighter show up. We got to reinforce our fleet over Aragon. And what was I doing with the space fleet? So I was putting my fleet together. So where were those other... where I had some other... I guess they're here. I'm tempted to reunite my fleet over Criticorum. But boy, would it suck to lose this fleet. That's going to have to fear for night. I mean, this is a good fleet. Those dreadnoughts, the carrier, my own scrappler. So if I brought it in, let's see, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me write this down while I'm thinking about it. All right. Strategy planning for next time. We would have, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4 dreadnoughts. We would have the 1 carrier plus fighters and bombers, 1 grappler, a frigate. Yeah, I know there are also 2 stealth ships. I don't want to bring them into combat unless I absolutely have to, so. Alright, so we got a fighter already over Criticorum. And over Byzantium, we've got 3 dreadnoughts, 3 more dreadnoughts. So now we're up to 7 dreadnoughts, 2 cruisers, and a whole bunch of transports and another stealth. So theoretically, we could bring 7 dreadnoughts, 2 cruisers, a carrier, 5 fighters and bombers, a grappler, and a frigate, which is almost 20 ships. I mean, it would be a heck of a space fight. It really would. But I'm not going to do that right now. That is the question. So think about it. Let me know if I should do that big giant symbiote, because I mean that is probably the main symbiote fleet sailing around the known worlds right now. We took it out. It might, for all we know, be what's keeping the Merchant League from resupplying these planets. Or should I just go on to Stigmata, because we still don't know what's there, and it's going to take us still some time to bring these this Byzantium fleet along. Because if I wanted this Byzantium fleet to join up, and I don't want to go through Criticorum, I've got to go to Lumenkainen, to Alon, to Istakar, and then to Stigmata. That's a heck of a trip. We might need to do that fight over Criticorum. We might just need to do that fight over Criticorum. All right, message. What was I writing to myself? Send message to myself. Plague and Rebellion, Northwest Ravenna. Symbiote Fleet Criticorum. Battleships on Aragon. Oh, yeah, reinforce Space Fleet over Aragon. Very annoying to lose that assault lander. All right. Let's do that to Symbiote Fleet over Criticorum, so I know it's not a sea fleet. Plague and Rebellion, Northwest Ravenna, Symbiote Fleet over Criticorum. Battleships on Aragon, reinforce Space Fleet over Aragon. All right. The Defender of Humanity, that's right. That's right.
Message.
All right, fascinating stuff. You also had a mod. You all saw the symbiotes and becoming an even greater threat. Yeah, we need to do that fight over Criticorum. We need to do that fight. Pretty fascinating, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hey, Wonder J, you're on just as I'm getting ready to get off the stream. It's been a crazy game. Nikitas, I don't know why, but I'm seeing... Oh, thumbs up. Took a minute for the thumbs up to show up in my feed. Just saw a message from you. Wonder J. Oh, I hope for those of you who don't necessarily follow this channel, I hope you'll subscribe and like. But we had some good student games profiled in our Best in Georgia live stream on Tuesday. Wonder J, hope you can test some of those games, you and the Indie Cluster. So, anyway, that was a heck of a stream. We're definitely in an interesting position for next week. I think I am going to have to send that fleet to Criticorum and have that giant battle. It might wipe out my fleet, but it needs to happen. We need to remove that symbiote threat. And after all, Alexius is the defender of humanity. So, that's going to be a whole lot of vessels over the air of Criticorum. Only the al-Malik would bring that Imperial fleet along. That's not much of an Imperial fleet left, is it? All right. Oh, yay, Wonder J. Glad you'll be able to test some games. All right, thanks everyone for joining. Great stuff. Glad you like the modding tools. And I will see you next week. I think we're set for a live stream next week. Pretty short. All right. Take care, everybody. Good stream today. See you, Andrew. See you, Don.